Hi, we are Company 4, and on behalf of Company 4, we would like to welcome all potential investors to our review of Company 4's decisions over the past 7 years that has made our digital camera company both successful and profitable. And now I would like to talk about our markets. America is an industrialized first world North American country with a population of almost 260 million people. The workforce in America is mobile and highly skilled. American labor costs are the highest in the world. On average, American annual income exceeds $35,000 and compensation package includes significant benefits. 89% of American households own a motor vehicle and 25% of the population is college educated. The standard of living in America is extremely high. On the flip side, we have a large developing Asian country with a population of 100 million people. The standard of living is high, and in Pandau, the workforce is comprised of unskilled and semi-skilled young workers where companies pay low wages. In Pandau, over half the population is younger than 20 years old. Over 50% of the Pandau households own a television, 75% of Pandau households own a radio, and 67% own a motor vehicle. The average unemployment level in Pandau is 8%. As you can see, Pandau encourages foreign investment, especially those investments that would help grow their export-driven industry. Pandau's GDP and Consumer Price Index showed significant growth in all quarters during years 1 and 2. Moreover, the exchange rate in Pandau was reported at a consistent 6 during years 1 and 2. Through the market research reports we purchased, we were able to identify consumer preferences in all markets. In Area 1, consumers prefer standard features and standard quality. In Area 2, consumers prefer standard quality and basic features. In Area 3, consumers prefer standard quality with enhanced features. And in Pandau, consumers prefer standard quality with enhanced features. All very useful information when it came time to position our products. Our mission is to provide high-end digital cameras that are catered to fit the needs of our consumers. Our company's strategy was basically to cater to a niche digital camera market where we served 3 regions of our home country and Pandau. Our main focus was to provide each region with the camera that best fit that particular region's needs based on quality and the number of features needed. We spent a considerable amount of money on research and development throughout the game, trying to find the perfect product to satisfy all 4 markets, trying to position ourselves as a go-to camera for consumers in each market. As we play the game, we try to strategically be a step behind the curve with introducing new products, giving us the opportunity to observe market trends and to learn from competitors' mistakes. During quarters while organizations waited to release new products, we would spend money on consumer reports that would help us identify the wants and needs of our target customers in different markets. We would then figure out the best place to position our products in each individual market. Our company saw this strategy as advantageous, allowing us to charge a premium in the market once consumers adapted to a new product and were willing to pay a premium for the exact customized product that only we offered. When doing a time series analysis, our financial matrix show a continuous improvement from year to year. In year 4, when we produced our plant in Pandau, our net income and earnings per share ratio slightly declined from our high expenses but quickly rallied the following year. Our matrix showed that the strategies we implemented proved to be working. Within the company, we continue to improve every year, but as you know, that does not always mean we are doing well within the market. So we also did a cross-sectional analysis, but instead of using the industry's average, we compared it to the top company in the industry, our biggest competitor. In the early years, Company 5 was dominating the market in almost every category, but as our financial matrix show, we continue to improve and cut the gap between the 2 companies. As it is now, we have the highest financial metrics in sales, in net income, market cap, in earnings per share, and lastly, in dividends paid. Throughout the game, our closest competition was Team 5, who we battled for market share and offering the best price points. Team 5 positioned their product on the higher end of the price range. To go along with that, their quality and features were also in the high range. They also released new models as soon as it was available to them because they catered to visionaries and technophiles, those customers that buy the newest gadgets even before product reviews are released. After losing much of the market share by year 7, Team 5 desperately lowered prices by about $3 to gain market share back. However, this did not result in a huge gain, so they tried to buy back product and almost lost half of their market share. Around year 6, Company 5 and many other competitors left the Pandau market. Our strategy was to be the second mover into markets. As a company, we decided to use the second mover advantage, which is the idea that the first mover introduces a product but doesn't take full advantage of the market, and the second mover does. This strategy can be effective with the second mover spending money in market research, consumer behavior reports, R&D, and market trend reports in order to gain a competitive advantage over its competitors. Essentially, this is what we did as a company. We consistently trailed behind the first group to introduce a new product. From there, we would evaluate the market and how it was reacting to new products, and then we would introduce the product only after purchasing consumer reports. The consumer reports would help us decide where to position our new products in each market regarding high to low features, high to low quality. Model after model, we continued this strategy and saw the second mover advantage fully work to our benefit. As for marketing, we studied each of our markets carefully and tried to position ourselves according to our customers' preference and profiles. We utilized consumer reports to help guide us in our marketing and positioning decisions. We raised advertising spending based on how strong we wanted to position ourselves, particularly once we established ourselves in the market and wanted to compete with our other competitors without changing prices. In Pandau, knowing our customers preferred localized products, we built our own plant. We were the overwhelming preferred choice of the people of Pandau. In year 5, we felt we would take a risk and switch our position in America Region 2. Company 2 was occupying a niche position with no other competitors, and based on our consumer preference reports, it was a profitable situation. We assessed the competition and decided to go in at a lower price, and the risk paid off at the end. As a company, we would increase our level of employee production training 1 quarter before a new model was to be released. Upon new product release, workers would be done with training and would end up becoming more efficient. Investing in worker training prepared workers for more complex jobs at the plant and increased savings in unit labor costs. Minimizing costs and raising production was our goal, and spending in employee training helped us get there. For staffing and compensation, we lowered base salaries and raised commission to give our employees more incentive to sell. We then paid for market research to get the Salesforce compensation study and the competitive Salesforce study. The Salesforce compensation study shows us how much our competitors were paying their employees, and the competitive Salesforce study reveals how many employees our competitors have in each area. For the most part, we kept our Salesforce compensation at the same levels. By the end of year 7, Pandau wages were lowered to cut costs. After getting the results for the survey of the competitive Salesforce study, we decided to hire people in our home area too, as we expected an increase in sales and the fact that all our competitors had more employees in that region. Our initial focus when it came to production was to maintain our home production plant and to continue to make improvements and invest money in training along the way. Throughout years 2 to 7, this was able to work for us as we were able to produce enough cameras to meet the demand for our customers in all markets. Throughout our time running the business, we ran our full 8 shifts to capacity at 48 hours. That alone was able to be sufficient to meet demands. However, in year 6, we focused on Pandau and built a plant in the market to support our sales domination. We built a 2-line plant and worked it until year 7, quarter 2, where we saw it more cost efficient to simply ship product from our home plant instead of operating our plant in Pandau. When it came to financing, we tried our best to utilize funds from sales and investments to grow and run our company. We never took out loans except when we expanded into our foreign markets. Our company did not issue stock, but we did, however, buy some stock back. When we took over the company, we repurchased 500,000 shares. Once we paid off our expenses from the plant in Pandau, we bought back another 500,000 shares. We did this in order to make our stock less available to the public, resulting in our company being more desirable and an increase in our stock price. As we were expanding into Pandau and building more lines in our home market, we were not paying dividends, but instead reinvesting our money into expanding our company. Once we finished our expansions, we began paying 50% of our net income as dividends. Looking back on our decisions, we feel very confident in the decisions we made within the last 3 years. We took risks, some that were calculated and some that we couldn't predict, but decided to take anyways. If we had learned anything from running the company, it is that you can never be too sure even with the best of plans. The highest rewards can only be reaped if we took a great risk. That's not to say that we didn't run into any problems at all. We started out as a losing group because taking a risk was the very first thing we did. We did not see any great reward. However, we learned from that mistake and in hindsight are now better off. Failing early set us up to succeed later in year 6 and 7. The early mistake had a profound effect on our decision making in that we started out foolish and eager to prove ourselves. But the experience has helped us when it came time to make big decisions. The hunger to win and make huge profits is still there, but our experiences has taught us to try and plan the best you can. And in areas that you couldn't plan for, it is sometimes better to take a risk than to not do anything at all. And that concludes Company 4's presentation. Thank you all for your time.